What's happening, all you beautiful, beautiful people? Your boy, the Fun Slap, is in the building. The big question is, did we get sacked? You guys will find out. Let's jump in the video, hit subscribe, like, and all that stuff. Let's get into the game. And to answer the question, we did not get sacked. In fact, the board gave me an ultimatum that I needed to win my next 3 games to survive. And that's exactly what we did. We beat Bournemouth, we beat Wrexham, and we beat Leeds. We did draw to Chelsea in our most recent game, but we won't talk about that. We've got Brentford at home, and then we've got Aston Villa at Wembley for the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It is a match I desperately want to win because I feel like the FA Cup will be the fastest route into the Europa League, I guess. But you can have a quick look at our form since the Spurs game, where we lost 1-0. We drew with West Ham 1-1. We then beat Oxford United 3-1 after extra time in the FA Cup. Don't ask. Then drew with Everton 3-3. Lost to Crystal Palace 1-0. Drew with Newcastle 2-2. It was at this point where the board spoke to me and they told me that I've got to win at least 3 out of my next 4 games. Next game, we lost to Villa 1-0. Then we changed the tactic around a little bit, and it seems to have worked. 2-1, 3-1, and 3-1 with the most recent result. Like I said, a 0-0 result against Chelsea. What new tactic, you may ask? Well, it looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Just slightly more aggressive in terms of just some personnel moving forward. In terms of out of possession, we're playing with the inside forwards. The DMs are more central midfielders. Then out of possession, we slip back into what we know to be. What has changed a lot is the team instructions. I have reworked all of them. I've gone through every single one of them, played up everything that I wanted to play. And you can see, like, when we're in possession forward, it's pretty much what we used to be doing, except just better, defensively, I guess. That was the biggest thing. And then in terms of team individual instructions, they all have their own individual instructions. So someone like Matheus Cunha, I want him to sit more narrow rather than go wide as an inside forward. And then just some other stuff that we had, especially like out of possession. The defenders, for example, they're just tackling harder. We need to get them in there. And then obviously those are locked in there. So yeah, and it seems to have worked. This team that you see here with Lemons, De Ligt, Hein, Yoro, Raturi, Fratesi, Fernandez, Angelino, Mateus, Mbeumo, and Sheshko have pretty much been the stock standard team for the last few games, with the exception of Fratesi and Kobe Mainu. The two have been rotating a little bit. In this one, though, Fernandez needs to be rotated, so Kobe Mainu will come and play as the advanced playmaker. Fernandez enters a list of quite a few little injuries and niggles that we have coming up in the squad. He's now enters with Constantelias, who's out as well for a couple of days. And then our new signing, Delgado, out for 6 months. So we won't be seeing much of him. Only managed 4 games before he picked up the long-term injury. And in those 4 games, had a 682. So not too bad. Not too bad for him. It does mean Fratesi will probably get the nod and get a little bit more development in now that Delgado, because the original idea is have Mainu and Fernandez playing as the advanced playmakers and Fratesi and Delgado as the centre mids. But obviously now with him injured and my reluctancy to use Mount, I don't want to use Mount. And Casemiro doesn't really suit that role, but he can fit in that role. With all that being said, let's take on Brentford. Right, kickoff is underway. And I want to say something. The fact that all highlights start with the kickoff kind of puts me off a little bit, because FM24, that was a kickoff highlight, and that always resulted in bad news for me. So nice to see that we don't have those kickoff highlights, although when we do get one, it will be something epic, won't it? Anyway, Hein to Yoro, all the way on that flank side. Matheus Cunha does strike it wide in the end, and he's been on a bit of up and down form, Matheus. It is a position that I might be looking at maybe improving next season. We do have Constantelias who can play there as well. But we kind of need someone that's a bit more stronger than Cunha and Constantelias, I think. But that's not a priority. Our priority is our centre-backs and goalkeeper. That is what we're looking for next season. Because the thing is, we're losing Maguire. We're probably going to lose Matsarawi as well. And that is a goal. What a goal. Kobe Mainu, take a bow. Jeez, that was good. That was Cunha's corner. I was sitting here talking about defenders and goalkeepers, and Mbeumo brought it back in for Cunha. Look at Mainu. He had a lot of people around him. The original ball was cleared out. That was for Tracy. Played it back to Cunha. I thought Cunha was going to shoot here. I really did. Look at this little nick in, and then just smashes it in from Kobe Mainu. What a goal. What a goal. You don't get better than that. That was just brilliant. Absolutely love that. 1-0 against Brentford. We've really had a little bit of a resurgence of late, so I'm going to try and string some good victories in the next few games just to end off the season strong, I think is the positive. And then we can look at next season and try and rebuild, because we're going to need some players next season. Richarlison is onside, apparently. No, he's not. He's offside. Never mind. He is offside. We're just going to yell at the ref for a little bit while VAR checks it, even though it's already told us that it's offside. Beta. It's the beta version. It's understandable. I mean, yeah, he was quite offside, actually. He was like a good couple of yards offside, so I don't know why we needed a VAR check for that. Unless the linesman is quite blind, I don't know, but still leading. This is Vandenberg for Brentford. They've given the ball away. Mateus Cunha seems to be everywhere today. Angelino trying to bring it forward. Beautiful ball in front of Angelino and Shesko, who scored a hat-trick, by the way, against Leeds. So let's not take him out. He's been on a bit of a goal-rich form lately, Benjamin Shesko. It was 2 assists from Angelino in that instance, and a Mbeumo assist as well in his hat-trick. But now we've got to worry about Brentford moving forward with Ryan Nelson looking for Gillette. That is a good tackle. And a good interception from Brian Mbeumo. And now Chesko brings it down to Cunha. He's got Chesko running ahead of him. Launches it forward. He's onside. Benjamin Chesko. You don't give him that opportunity. You don't give him that opportunity. That's a goal. Apparently VAR is checking it, but they've already told us that this is the goal. And they're going to call it. It is in. I mean, he was just onside. And what a finish. What an absolutely beautiful finish there from Benjamin Chesko. 2-0. And there's a kickoff highlight. Ooh, we're still busy watching the replay, and the game is underway. Ryan Nelson to Richarlison. Jensen. Katara. Goes around Angelino. Gillette. Finds Ryan Nelson, and that is a poor effort in the end from Brentford. Not going to bother Lamons' goal there. You can check our whole left-hand side. Everybody's in the 7s. But Tracy's joining the party. We need Hine. We need these 3 too. Mbeumo has been pretty poor this game. Not much is happening on that right-hand side. Katara. Jensen pushing through. And he has gotten through. Got options. Henderson back to Jensen. Takes a long-range effort. It took a little bit of a deflection. They managed to pull one back. They've managed to pull one back. Jordan Henderson with the assist. Mateus Jensen with the goal. I think it took a bit of a deflection. We're not going to tell from this angle, though. But it went through a lot of bodies. Deflection? Yeah, it did. That guy there, whoever that is. I can't see. We can't click on names anymore. But whoever that is who took the deflection. I'm guessing it's Hine. Judging by his size and playing in the middle, I'm guessing it's Hine. Mainu. It is Hine. There we go. We've got confirmation. Deflection was off Hine. And there's a kickoff highlight before us this time. Kobe Mainu. Angelino. Trying to beat his man. Can't beat Vandenberg. Now they're running it forward. Not like to concede a second in such short span. Pinnock trying to bring it forward for Henderson. Jensen, their goal scorer, finds Richarlison. They must have bought from Spurs. during the January transfer. I remember Richarlison was at Spurs beginning of the season. Henderson's strike just goes over the top there. Jordan Henderson also playing some football. There's a lot of highlights coming in now towards the end of the game, end of the half, and it's a bit nervy. It's a little bit nervy. Katara tries, takes a shot, can't get it through, and Mbeumo cleans up there. Nicely done from Brian Mbeumo. And Raku is now through. Raku trying to do... What is he doing? Just ran out of steam. Like he just stopped dead in his tracks. And now they got the ball again and they're moving it forward again. Charlison goes long. This is Nielsen now, and they've got some space on that wing. Great save from Lemons. Great save from Lemons. There's going to be a corner. Mbeumo and Rachu have been absolutely poor, haven't they? I am tempted to just copy that on that side. You know what? Let's do it. Wing back, wing back. Let's just copy. Make it similar. I don't know why it hasn't changed, but I have changed it. Yeah, okay, there we go. It'll change. It'll change. We're not going to make any other subs, just that. We're going to talk to the team, tell them we're not happy with the results. We want to be a little bit better. Thijs Jensen and Henderson are really running the squad a little bit too well at the moment in the midfield, and we've managed to allow Brentford to get back into the game. And ideally, we don't want them to get back into the game. Ideally, I'd like Mbeumo to play a little bit better as well. But Tracy gets the ball back with the left clearing it. Gillette now. They're pushing forward. Brentford are. Pinnock. Collins. Vandenberg. Henderson again at the heart of this whole entire Brentford attack. And there's Gillette with the shot. And getting a little bit nervous. Getting a little bit more nervous. Every time there's a highlight, Brentford look like they are in it to win it. We do have the attacking mentality on. I might switch that down to a balance, or at least a positive. Considering it. Oh, that is just poor defending. We go to balance. I kind of want that third goal, though. You know what? Let's make some swaps. We have a free kick now, though. Let's see. Cunha goes to the back post looking for Sesko. Sesko can't get it. For Tracy Mbeumo. And that'll be his last contribution to the game. We're going to bring on Dahl to play in there. Dahl's actually been quite good when called upon. Elsewhere, Hein is not looking great. Licht is not looking great either. You know what? We'll bring on Heaven. And then Heaven and Yoro switch. And then we'll put Hein on the right, Yoro in the middle. That's kind of like the stock standard subs if I need to make subs in the defense, just to sharpen things up in the defense a little bit. De Ligt has been having a little bit of a horrid time on that right-hand side. I suppose the same can be said for Rachu, who's not dropping deep enough sometimes. Van der Berg for Brentford loses possession nicely, and Angelino now with acres of space, and he's pushing forward. Only Mateus Cunha up with him, and he's going to find Dahl on the edge of the box. There's a penalty review. I think Cunha was pushed. Darren England points to the spot. It is a penalty for us. We don't have Fernandez on the pitch. Neither, I think Shesko is our next penalty kick taker, or Cunha. I can't remember who I made. It is Shesko. Benjamin Shesko already scored a goal. Can he make it a brace for himself? A third for us. He can't. He can't. That's the second penalty Shesko has missed this campaign. We might have to reassess the penalty kick takers if that's the type of quality he's giving us. Gonna make some more changes, just some tired legs out there. One of them being Frachesi, who's super tired. Casemiro come in there, and Rachu also looking tired. Matsurawi come in there. Do we have someone from Menu? I can bring on Mount. Bring on Mount, just to see off the game, the last 10 minutes. Kobe scored a goal. We'll give him a little round of applause. Get his standing ovation. And hopefully Mason Mount, who, I mean, we're trying to get rid of actively. But he's in the squad now, so we might as well use him while others are injured. Dull. Good ball through. Matsawi's through on goal now. He's got some options. One of them being Mason Mount, one of them being Dull. Dull gets pulled down. I don't think that's a penalty. I think that was just outside the box. Another penalty review. He's listening to the video assistant referee, and they've decided it was a penalty. I didn't think it was. It looked like it was just outside. And VAR has, in fact, confirmed that. Still much time for another little highlight with 1 minute left of normal time. And Brentford are pushing forward. Coyote finds Milambo. Otara got space on that right-hand side. He's brought it inside, cuts it back in. It's bobbling around, and Heaven with the clearance. And that's going to be a penalty. Ah! Not like this. Come on. Not like this. Hein. Your second mistake. The second time you're leading to a goal. Hopefully Lamans can save this. It's all on you, Lamans. Jordan Henderson stepping up. Jordan Henderson scores. Ipanenka did as well. I mean, 91st minute and they equalize. We've been so much better. And Hein gave away the penalty. That's gut-wrenching. It really is. It hurts. It hurts. I mean, we deserved so much more from this game, and ends like that. That is horrible. Suppose we'll take the draw. We've got FA Cup action next, taking on Aston Villa. We need to bounce back. We need to rest up the players. We need to get our mindset back into winning ways now, because that's 2 draws in a row, which I don't like. I don't like having 2 draws in a row. All right, we'll see you guys for the Aston Villa game in a bit. All right, guys, we are back in the game, taking on Aston Villa. And yeah, unchanged squad. I've just changed that to be the same as that. I want it to be exactly the same. Unchanged squad. Pesco's not looking 100% fit, but he is going to start because we do have OB on the bench. So if anything happens, we could bring him on. But that is what we're doing. Same exact team. It's FA Cup action. Let's get into the finals of the FA Cup. It's a sunny day in London. We travel to Wembley for a semi-final in the FA Cup. Our only route to get into Europe this season. So a victory here and pretty much guarantees us a spot in the Europa League. Because Liverpool are already guaranteed. Well, Liverpool, if Liverpool beat Spurs, I guess, then yes. And I'm thinking that will probably happen. But Tracy to Rachu. But we need to think about this game. Rachu, a clever little boy in for Brian Mbuemo, who brings it back for Cunha. 10 minutes in, 1-0. What a little pass from Brian Mbuemo. And actually from Rachu here. This is so smart. Just dinked it into the open area. Mbuemo is quick enough to get the little tap in. And Cunha, arriving late, just smashes it into the back of the net. 1-0. Let's go. One step forward in the FA Cup. That is brilliant. That is amazing from our 2 wingers. Shesko has picked up a slight knock. He wants to come off. Okay. We'll see what happens with this highlight, and then we'll take him off. Twisted knee ligaments, so we don't want to be too much damage. But Tracy, Mainu, Mateus Cunha. Oh, goodness me. Take a bow, Cunha. He's finding form in the right time. I was talking about how his form has been pretty poor lately. Look at that for form. Mateus Cunha, Kobe Mainu picked up the pass. Look at the space he has there. Takes a touch even and just absolutely smashes past Bizot's goal. Let's make that swap. And Shesko come off, Obi come on. We'll give Obi a nice long run in the FA Cup. He has actually been our top goal scorer in the... not our top goal scorer, our top striker in the FA Cup. Matty Cash now to Konsa. Villa playing it out from the back. They need to do something. They need to try and find a way back into this game because it's being shut out in the first 20 minutes is not great. But now they have a chance here with McGinn. McGinn trying his best to try and lure the way in through there. And I think his own man, Aurora, got in the way there from that shot. Kind of like distracted him by the looks of it. Mateus Cunha with the corner. Goes into the box. Mainu was lurking. Fratesi. Yoro. Fratesi. Nice ball through and he's got some space. And he whipped it across the goal. I think that was more of a shot than a cross. Interesting choice though. Interesting option to go for the shot there. And you guys wondering, I have decided to stick with Hein. He did actually have a 7 average in that previous game against Bradford. So we're going to stick with him. We'll probably replace him next season. We'll get someone probably a little bit better than Hein because he was the replacement for Maguire. And then we kind of need someone else now. But the problem is we're going to start needing English players, especially if we qualify for Europe. We're definitely going to need some English players. Ollie Watkins is offside. I saw the flag raised there. Stupendous finish, though, from Ollie Watkins, really. That was something interesting. Don't ignore the not writing at the bottom. It's checking the goal. Disallowed. There we go. I mean, was he offside? Yeah. Yeah, he was. I really do miss the lines, though. I miss the lines. We need to bring the lines back. Hashtag bring the lines back off in the alpha. Well, not the alpha, I guess the proper full version. So for the beta, we passed the alpha stage. Half-time looming. It is going to be 2-0 United and half-time. Looking good. We're looking actually quite good. Fratesi's looking super tired out there. So is Kobe Mainu and Angelino. Going to keep an eye on those three. Don't want them to be too depleted because we still have some important Premier League games to come, as well as potentially an FA Cup final. Cunha trying to sneak that in at the top post there. That would have been probably the best goal of the 3 that he had gone in. I don't know. I understand how Rachu's only on 6.5 after that amazing pass in the beginning. Like, that alone would have valued at least 8. Cunha, not a great corner. He's got another chance. Angelino, Cunha getting in each other's way. There's a lunging tackle there. Fratesi, who's still looking for his first United goal, by the way. And that was a good opportunity. And there's going to be another highlight straight after. Goal kick, highlight. Bizot. Pau Torres moving it forward. Martin. McGinn. Orara looking for Ali Watkins, who's put the ball in the net already, albeit offside. Kamara, not a great ball from him, and Rachu will clean this up. Back to Lamans. Decides to go long. And we lose our possession going long. But don't have the instruction to go long. We don't have good guys to maintain possession up in the air, and that's why we don't go long. We've given Aston Villa a lifeline there. And like I said, Ollie Watkins, no assist when literally it just bounced off the keeper and onto him. Like, I don't even think he even swung his leg at it. That was all Aurora. Look at this. Literally shot, bounce, boom. I mean, he turned his leg, maybe. Okay. That could have literally hit him anywhere and it would have gone into the back of the net. Like, give some credit to the right people there, I think. All right, we're going to make some swaps. Angelino is looking really, really tired out there, and so is Fratesi. So Dorgu will come on there, and Casemiro will come on there. Also, I'm going to change the mentality. I'm going to go to a positive mentality. We don't need to go to attacking. We try and close this game out. De Ligt is not having a great game either. Heaven come in there, and then we just do the same swap we did last time. Just move them across. All right, we go on to a positive. We're not going to attacking. I might even switch to a balance towards the end of the game, depending on how much pressure Aston Villa put on us. Yoro. Casemiro. Gives it away. Konsa. Kamara. Tillemans. Back to Kamara. Ollie Watkins pushing forward. Tillemans with a long-range effort. Hits the crossbar. Oh. Don't like that. Don't like that. We have Helmet Head as the referee there. Nice little Spaceballs reference. Look at that. That head on the ref. That's definitely giving me Spaceballs vibes. Casemiro gives away a free kick in a dangerous position. Nothing of it too much. Alright, we've got 15 minutes left. I was going to take off Rachu. He's looking a little bit tired out there. So is Menu. Casemiro wins it back. And here is Rachu to Obi. Mbuemo. Obi bringing it forward. Mbuemo's through on goal. Mbuemo with the shot. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. That could have absolutely gone anywhere. That was close from Mbuemo. And now, I was going to say, now they're bringing it forward again. Let's make that stop I wanted to do. Rachu come off for Matsarawi and Menu. I guess it has to be Mount. Can't bring on Mount. We made 5 subs. I forgot about the Shesko one in the beginning. Okay, well, Menu has to play out the game. Maybe that's better for us. The better player than Mount. Heaven. Finds short to Menu. Obi. Menu. Casemiro. Good ball for Mbuemo. He's got Matsarawi with him. And Casemiro. Brilliant ball from Matsarawi. Brings in Mbuemo. And there you go. 3-1. That could seal it for us. That could absolutely seal it for us. Beautiful pass there from Matsarawi. The pity that he's leaving the club at the end of the season. We've tried to keep him. He wants to be a first-team player, and I just don't have the space for him to be a first-team player, unfortunately. He is very much a fringe player for us as that backup wing-back position. Lamens will go look for options in Haven. Dorgu. Heaven. Kobe Menu. Good ball to Casemiro, who plays it straight to Kamara. Onana to Kosan. He smashes the upright. I mean, that could have been Aston Villa's lifeline back into the game with 7 minutes left of normal time. I feel like we got away with that one a little bit there. We definitely got away with that one. I mean, I gotta say, Matsuawi's been an amazing sub. Kind of forgot that Obi was on the field. With 1 minute left to play, it is over, and we are going to an FA Cup final. There you go. There we go. Europe is knocking. We just got to hope that Liverpool beat Spurs in the other FA Cup match. And then we see who we're taking on. I'm going to leave you guys in suspense. How long is Shishka? 4 weeks. Going to miss the FA Cup final. It's normally around here. That's not good. Oh, Obi's got to shine. Going to leave you guys in suspense. We're not going to find out who we take on in the FA Cup final. That's when we're coming back. We have Liverpool coming up, Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, and Brighton. We're going to do the Brighton and the FA Cup game. We'll see you guys then. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think it's going to be Liverpool? Do you think it's going to be Spurs? And do you think we can win the FA Cup? Would that be considered a successful season? I think the Premier League is going to be what we're really aiming for to make Manchester United great again. We need to get back into Champions League football. I think that is definitely a step up where we're going to. Anyway, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters, your boy the Vaslap is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.